I'm not going to be popular with the spiritual coaching community for saying this, but I'm not going to gatekeep. You ready? You don't manifest. There, I said it. You don't manifest. And so if you've been trying lots of techniques, affirmations, visualizations, scripting, but feeling like you're getting absolutely nowhere, this is why. Because I know you already know that your subconscious mind is the key to your manifestation success. Because in your subconscious mind is where your real belief, your state, and therefore your nervous system and identity alignment truly lies. But here's the thing, your subconscious doesn't respond to language. So you can affirm as much as you want, you can script as much as you want, but your subconscious relies and aligns to state. So if you don't truly believe it, all you are doing is creating more action without more result, which your brain and your vibration will carry as lack. And so today, we're going to be talking about the real reason why your manifestations are not working. And it's got nothing to do with more action or more effort. It's something much more simple, much more internal. And today we're going to create that breakthrough for you. And that breakthrough is embodiment. You haven't learnt yet how to embody. And embodiment is key because embodiment is not about more action. It's not about more effort. It's about aligning your state to knowing that it's already yours. And we're going to cover 3 things today on that. 1, the difference between manifesting and embodying. What embodying really is and how you can start to do that today. And thirdly, what you may need to do before you embody and why those steps are so important for you to elevate towards your full embodiment. If you're new here, I'm Hanson. I'm the founder of Manifestation Pulse. And over the last 5 years, I've personally coached over 200 people to transform their identities and embody their true potential and their true higher self. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing for you today as well. The difference between manifesting and embodying. Now, I want to be clear here that the techniques in and of themselves do work. I use visualizations, I use scripting, I use the 369 method, and so many others with my clients. But here's what I notice. When they first start coming to me, they would have already been using a technique or more. So they would have been affirming, they would have been visualizing, they would have been scripting, but nothing would have moved the needle for them. Why? It's because fundamentally, they've been saying the words, writing the words, but not really believing the words. And when I say belief, it's not a momentary thing. It's not okay, I really, really feel this 1 minute, and then it drops the next. True embodiment is that you know it's already done because you embody it. You carry that energy with you consistently. That doesn't mean you're going to have or not going to have ups and downs, but you carry and you embody that energy. And so the issue here isn't the technique, it's the relationship you have with that technique. So embodiment works differently and it works at a totally different vibration. Embodying is about you not just experiencing these things, not just saying these things. It's you truly carrying the vibration of those things. It's you aligning your thought with your nervous system and eventually your 3D reality. And all those 3 components are true embodiment. Because if you embodied, you wouldn't need visual proof. If you embodied, you wouldn't need to think of the effort of doing more and more and more because you had already embodied. And so what's happening here is, if you think about manifestation versus embodiment, you may be going through your affirmations each morning, saying to yourself things like, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am the energy of my highest self. But if you don't really believe that, you may as well be talking to a brick wall because it will bounce right back off you. And in the process, what you're doing is you're actually confirming to your nervous system that you actually are carrying more and more lack. Manifestation without true embodiment ultimately and eventually will lead to deep frustration and lack, because it's you doing the action but not aligning your internal state. Embodiment is about aligning your internal state. So think about it this way. Think right now about a genuine memory you have that makes you happy and joyful. Maybe it's from your childhood, maybe it's from your teen years, maybe in early adult life. Whether it's by yourself or with someone else, just think for a moment right now of a really, really happy memory. How does that feel? You're not faking it. You're probably thinking of that, and immediately your shoulders are just a bit more relaxed. You've got a smile to your face. You've embodied that memory. And so where you're manifesting might feel a bit tight, a bit anxious, your dream states and that true embodiment of that dream and that memory is a great mechanism, and exactly the same mechanism of you embodying your manifestation. It works at exactly the same mechanical level because your nervous system remembers it happened because it did happen. It doesn't need to fake it until you make it. It doesn't need to pretend. It did happen. And it's the same mechanism that you are going to go through in your embodiment. So now that we've covered what embodiment means, how do you do it? So embodiment, as you know, is about aligning your internal state to what you are saying, what you are doing, to genuinely feel. Not feel it momentarily, but feel it so deep in your subconscious, in your soul, that you know it's already done. So I'm going to set one practice for you today that you're going to repeat for the next few days, and you're going to start to see a significant shift. I want you to think about affirming. Affirm something. I want you to try this. Let's say you were working with an affirmation around peace, calm. And usually you'll place a hand over your heart and you'll say, I am at peace. I am calm. I am the energy of my highest self. You can do something different today. Instead of doing that, you can place a hand over your heart and then close your eyes. You're going to take a conscious breath. And before the words come out, just ask yourself, what would it feel like in my body right now if this were already true? So if you are affirming about becoming your highest energy and you being your highest energy, what does it feel like in your body? How does your heart beat? How do you stand? Or how do you sit? What is your highest energy? What is that feeling that's going up, down, right, left, all throughout your body? How are you feeling? How are you really, really at your inner core feeling as well? Not faking the feeling. How are you truly feeling? Don't rush past that feeling. Hold that feeling. And now say it. Say the affirmation. I am my highest energy. Feel that energy coursing through your veins. That is a really small microcosm of your embodiment. And you're going to practice that. So before you say the affirmation, before you write the script, before you visualize the thing, sit with how it feels. Not just at a surface level, but deep within your core. So here's the really important part. What you need to do before you embody. Now, in that last section, we went through one brief example about you affirming. And I want you to keep doing that over the next few days, because you will start to see and feel a significant shift in how you carry your energy and how you already have that feeling of it's already done. But maybe you said that and you still felt a pang somewhere, this this tightness, this anxious feeling that actually, no, I didn't really believe that, or I want to believe it so badly, but there's this knot in my stomach, or this blockage in my throat. Maybe you have a little pang in your head. That's all proof points that actually you need to do something before you embody. Because a bit like a car, you don't go from a standing start to gear 5. And gear 5 is the ultimate level of your manifestation. So what are those gears before that? Well, this is where you need to be honest with yourself. Maybe it's you needing to realize where you are stuck. Now, clients I work with come to me in various states of where they're stuck, because we've gone through things in life already. That means there are certain things we need to release, reappraise, let go of, or have a very clear vision of where exactly we want to go. So some of those things, maybe you need to understand your life patterns and actually what's brought you exactly to where you are and what's been programmed in you that will keep repeating unless you learn how to release it and let it go. Maybe you actually don't understand what you want. I have a lot of clients who come to me with a really clear idea of what they want. And they'll say, I want more money, I want my perfect partner, I want my dream home. But they actually don't want those things. When we really, really work and itch away at the surface, they've been conditioned to want those things, but actually their true joy is something else. That often does carry those things in magnetically, but it's not those things. It's the thing behind those things. So maybe it's a lack of clarity about what you want. Maybe it's a struggle to just hold on to your vibration. You feel like it rises and it dips, rises and dips. How do you stabilize that? This is exactly why I created the Pulse method, because the Pulse method takes you from purging through to understanding, lifting, stabilizing before you embody. And it's available to you now for free in the link below. Take the free assessment, spend 5 minutes to understand where exactly you're stuck and what exactly you need to do to move to your highest embodiment. Because your highest embodiment is waiting for you. You getting to this point in this video is further proof that your embodiment is so close. And this is the part where you now need to be intentional with you taking that final step and embracing that true embodiment. I'm really rooting for you. Let me know in the comments how you got on. What do you feel is holding you back from your embodiment? I read every single one. Let's get through this together and let's get you to your highest embodiment.